Hello and welcome to another edition of Eye on Port, the program that has been designed to bring Ghana's ports and maritime industry closer to you. This program is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Goyle PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link, the Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. It is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, this week's edition of Eye on Port promises to bring you a lot of exciting content, so stay tuned. We'll begin with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. If you can remember, a couple of weeks ago, we had an interaction with representatives from the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, where they detailed why the authority has placed premium on health and safety. This week we come back to the subject of health, but with particular emphasis on physical fitness. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is encouraging all within the port community to prioritize physical fitness to be able to stay healthy and fulfill their duties effectively. We will take a look at this short piece, which will follow with a short discussion after. Take a listen. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has once again demonstrated that the organization places premium on the health and well-being of its employees and dependents. On Saturday, June 3, the authority outdoored the refurbished GPHA Sports Hall in Tema Community 2 with a call on the port community to prioritize regular exercise. Staff of the authority partook in a 3-kilometer health walk from the main assembly area in the port of Tema to the sports complex in Community 2. The GPHA Fitness Club, with over 100 members, holds regular aerobic activities in the sports hall. The GPHA Sports Hall has existed for over a decade, but has been recently furnished with new gym equipment to complement the existing ones.
GPHA has consistently prioritized the health of our staff. We were doing the work before COVID came, and then this is the very first one post-COVID. And the program is that during the week, 3 times a week, the PTI, the personal training instructors, here are about 11 of them in the authority, they will come to certain areas in the port so that during the week, 5:30 to 7, they can take some staff who cannot come to the gym to 30 minutes of aerobics. Anybody that is interested should just send their names to the marketing department, and then the chairman of the sports and entertainment committee, my own self, and then we will arrange.
Now we started with the health walk. We walked and came in and did aerobics, all totaling about over an hour. In a week, all you need is about 20 minutes of physical exercise 5 times a week, and you'll be healthy. We encourage everybody, whether you are healthy, whether you have hypertension or diabetes, to involve yourself, to get on board to do physical exercise.
So we first of all want to find out from you why GPHA found it expedient or necessary to invest in the gym facility.
This is the work area has become more and more desk bound.
Right.
Unlike before, you pick your files from your cabinets, move around the office. But these days, you sit behind your desk, you have your computer, you pick every information from the computer, your files, and you even sit behind the computer and have long hours of meetings, virtual meetings.
Right.
So our movement in the offices are becoming lesser and lesser and lesser. And no doubt that these days, the problem of obesity and its attendant ailments are becoming many.
Right.
GPHA recognize this, and they take the health issues of their staff very, very seriously. We prioritize the health issues. That's why we have a lot of medical facilities, the main clinic, the International Maritime Hospital, and we have health posts in the ports, Golden Jubilee Terminal, Fishing Harbour, and the main port as well. So we take health, but we also recognize that good health is not only the absence of illness or diseases.
Yes.
Like the UN definition implies, it means the physical, mental, and social well-being of the individual.
Yeah.
And because we value the individuals as the asset of the authority, we make sure that they are always fit at any point in time. So what we saw over the weekend was to adore new equipment that we had purchased for the gym.
Right. Right.
So this gym serves, apart from serving GPHA staff, it serves our dependents as well. So that is what is happening. And what you saw yesterday was our resumption of our quarterly health walks. We're doing it prior to COVID, and when COVID came, we had to suspend. And we thought it was about time we begin the health walks.
Absolutely.
And we did a health walk and also adored the new gym equipment that you saw over there.
All right, let me come to Doc and find out from you the benefits of regular exercising. If you can let us in on that, and how it is directly linked to improved physical and mental well-being of our staff and our dependents and anybody that patronizes this gym.
It's important that people exercise because exercise has been known to protect the brain function. Now, exercise is also very, very important because it improves your sleep. Most people would come to the clinic and say, oh, doc, I can't sleep. I need some medication to sleep. All you really need to do is exercise as well. Now, something that's very, very important, especially to our working sector or in our working environment, is that exercise improves reaction time. So you see, we work in an environment where it's very easy for things to fall. People are at risk of certain job-related problems. So something is falling. Once you exercise, your reaction time is increased. You can easily catch it or prevent injury. And so that's one important thing that people who exercise have as an advantage over those who don't exercise. Yes. And so it's really, really important that we exercise. It's not just if you want to lose weight or if you don't want to lose weight, but there's so many benefits that we can go on and on about these benefits. And it's very important because I've spoken about the brain function and the fact that we need a lot of energy in our environment. For those who don't do strenuous activity in the port, it also helps with attention. It helps improve your attention and long-term memory. So for those who sit in the office like Mr. Gazy, who are doing a lot of brain activity, you need to be very attentive and focused, and you need to remember very minute details. You know, the kind of things we work with in the port. You need to remember the numbers, you need to remember which cargo came in, which number, so that when there's a problem, you'll be able to detect it fast. And this is why exercise is extremely important in the port.
Brings some element of mental sharpness.
Yes, yes, and long-term memory as well, yes.
Why would you recommend the GPHA gym to staff and relatives? Or beneficiaries, so to speak?
The facility is accessible to all. Well, most of the staff are within Tema. And the reason why I recommend it to the staff and the families is that the accessibility is easy for us, and it helps the staffs to work out before going to work, or even after work, they come there to work out before going home. So when you look at the authority, they believe that a healthy, stronger, intelligent, and active human resource or human resource are the people who were able to achieve the aim of the authority. That is why they brought that facility there. But when you look, many of them don't know. That is why my boss was asking us to revive the health work within the quarterly health work. Who to let the staff wake up the staff to start coming there. But when you look at the facility, most of them, the staffs, they come, and the families too are always more than even the staff, because most staffs don't know that there's a facility there. So anytime I go to the office, there's always instructor, where is the located? Community 2, Community 5 and 2 are closer. So when you see the weekdays, the gym is always full. But the weekends, because most of them stay out of Tema, they don't come. But weekdays, the gym is always full. Not less than 50. That comes
every day.
Yes, sir. So I would recommend it, because when you come after the exercise, you feel fit. Some even come after exercise, they bath and go to work.
There's a facility where they can take their bath at the gym right after exercise.
And go to work.
And away from that, the Ghana Revenue Authority is saying that importers will have to make an upfront payment of 12.5% on the customs values of taxable goods imported through the various ports of entry in the country. The following piece will give us the rationale behind this policy and more. Take a listen.
Is there a scope for the application or implementation of this particular policy?
Sure. So persons who are required by law to register, if you are dealing in a taxable activity, you import goods into the country worth 200,000 cedis and above, it means that you qualify to be registered.
Okay.
So if you have not registered, then the upfront payment of 12.5% will be applicable to you. It means that you have to make sure that you go and regularize your registration process before you'll be excluded. But if you have not registered, then it means that the 12.5% upfront payments will be applicable to you. So the threshold is 200,000 cedis and above per consignment or annually.
Okay.
We are looking at annual figures. So if you import goods into the country, let's say this month you imported goods worth 190,000 Ghana cedis. You have not met the threshold, so it means that you are not qualified to make this upfront payment.
Right.
But subsequent months you import again, then it means that we need to monitor you, and then you would have to, the 12.5% will be applicable on you.
What category of goods will be affected?
Yes, the VAT Act is such that apart from goods that are placed under the first schedule of the VAT Act, all other goods are taxable. So we are looking at taxable goods, with the exception of those listed under the first schedule or those listed under the harmonized commodity classification system as exempt at importation. Okay. Apart from that, we also have supplies to the free zones or imports into the free zones. Bonded warehouse goods. We also have suspense regime goods. And then we have goods that are relieved at importation that are placed under the third schedule. I mean, goods for the Office of the President, for diplomatic missions, technical assistance schemes, those are excluded.
Okay.
So let me add something to what my boss just said.
Yes.
So we are looking at goods that are imported into the country for home consumption. They are included. That is direct imports. We are looking at goods that will be used in the country.
Right.
Then we are looking at goods that are forfeited for auction purposes.
Yes.
Then it means that if you exceed that threshold, it means that the 12.5% upfront payment will be applicable to you.
Now, if I'm supposed to retrieve or get a refund, what's the process like?
So you can recover the upfront payment, just as my boss indicated.
Yes.
But there are some conditions that you have to meet before you can recover the 12.5 payments that you have made. So one is that you have actually made a payment of 12.5. You have suffered that payment already. And then two, we are looking at you going to register. So go to any of the GRA offices near you, any of the TSCs, and then regularize your registration process. That is, you have to make sure that you make payments. If you have any outstanding tax liabilities that you are supposed to settle, make sure you do that, including interest and penalties.
Right.
We have over 50 taxpayer service centers scattered all across the country. So registration is easy. If it's having any difficulty, he can call the GRA hotlines for an assistance. So opportunity is given to any person who has imported goods, taxable goods worth 200,000 Ghana cedis at the port to go and register before even attempting clearance of the goods. Okay, so there's an opportunity to get registered and avoid the payment of the upfront VAT.
Right. Now let us pick a few comments on the subjects we have just discussed after we go on break, and then we'll be back with more news. Stay tuned. This one comes from Eunice and Community 25 Tema. She asked, please, do people who sell imported goods by the roadside pay taxes? Example, there's a place near Palace in 25. they are selling all kinds of furniture. This one is from Adom from Tema. He said, I think the time given is short, so if they can give importers a little time to make things right.
XP RON 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Gold Super XP RON 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Gold Super XP RON 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse. And my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance Motor Policy. Currently, my goods are on the IC, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance.
Oh, Ajima.
Tell him more.
As a road contractor,
I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance
for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302 246 319 or 0243 690 492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Welcome back from the break. Now let us move on to our local news segment, which includes the fact that the maiden edition of the National Blue Economy Summit was held in Accra last week. The maiden edition of the National Blue Economy Summit has been held in Accra, aimed at mobilizing transformative ocean action to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Under the theme, Our Ocean's Health, Our Prosperity, Our Planet's Security, the two-day conference brought together industry players, diplomats, academics, students, traditional leaders, policymakers, and the media to appreciate critical ocean concerns, the massive socio-economic potentials the ocean possesses, and how to sustainably manage it. The myriad of topics deliberated on include plastic pollution, sustainable ocean foods, maritime security, and innovative financing of ocean action. Special advisor to the President on the SDGs and Sherpa on Ocean Action, Dr. Eugene Owusu said, the ocean represents the future when it comes to Ghana's food security, prosperity, and national security, hence should be treated as such.
We must strive for a blue economy that is built on the principles of sustainability, inclusivity, and environmental equity. A blue economy that harnesses the potential of our ocean while preserving the invaluable resources for generations to come.
The Norwegian ambassador to Ghana, Ingrid Mostad, touched on the partnerships that exist between her country and Ghana in sustainable ocean management.
The blue economy, in fact, can be a powerful motor for the prosperity and development of Ghana. We are immensely proud of the efforts put into this cooperation on both sides and of its successes. For example, the GEAR directive, now preventing trawlers from catching young fish and small species, protecting both stocks and the interests of local artisanal fishers.
President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, proposed a 5-point agenda for urgent action at the country level to protect the oceans, planet, and the well-being of citizens.
We must be deliberate in ensuring greater and smarter investments into ocean action. Ghana's oceanscape is financed largely through public, philanthropic, and donor resources. While Ghana's private capital investment landscape in the past decade has seen significant growth, not much of capital is deployed to the blue economy. To attract private capital into more sustainable marine-based projects, we must encourage private-public partnerships.
The National Blue Economy Summit was spearheaded by the Sustainable Development Goals Advisory Unit at the Office of the President and supported by the Government of Norway, the United Nations Development Programme, the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. The director of the Institute of Environment and Sanitation Studies at the University of Ghana, Professor Kwesi Appiah-Addo, has encouraged Ghana to move away from the reactive knee-jerk approach towards a science-based approach in the management of the country's ocean resources. He said this will enable the country use proven scientific data and knowledge to develop workable, lasting solutions to Ghana's ocean challenges. Professor Appiah-Addo, who is also an advisor to Ghana's Sustainable Ocean Plan, was speaking during a plenary session of the MAIDEN National Blue Economy Summit in Accra.
Fortunately for us, we have research institutions that are doing very well under the challenges, but we need to resource these research institutions so that they can do more than they are doing now. But trust me, we have scientists in this country who are doing so much, and if we resource these scientists, we can be able to solve these problems and be able to realize the dreams that we have for our future. The future is the ocean.
He said, effective management is key to harnessing the full potential of Ghana's blue economy, which include vast opportunities in renewable energy, maritime transport, fish management, and tourism, among others.
Can we begin to think about harvesting the current? Fortunately for us, we have a high level of, in terms of energy, the current within the ocean. Can we begin to look at harvesting these currents and then using the current to generate power for us? So you realize that there's huge potential within the ocean, and we only need to identify these things. Moving into the future, the ocean can also be a major source in terms of pharmaceuticals. Can we begin to look at these things? There are issues that we see as challenges, but we can turn these challenges around and use them as a resource.
Let us now turn our attention to the global stage and pick a few international shipping and maritime related news. Crowley is investing in UK-based startup TugDock, which is developing what is billed as the world's first road transportable floating dry dock. The company plans to explore the potential use of the platforms, especially to support the developing floating offshore wind applications in California and elsewhere in the United States. It is the latest development of the US maritime logistics company, which has been moving to expand its role in the wind industry. Japanese shipping heavyweight Mitsui O.S.K. Lines, MOL, has joined the eSmart Port Platform prototype project a Hong Kong government initiative to develop Hong Kong's logistics functions and port community integrated platform. The eSmart Port Platform Prototype Project aims to improve Hong Kong's function as an international trade and logistics hub. It is also a major project that will be linked to China's Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Development Plan, which is expected to show further growth in the future. As part of its decarbonization efforts, MOL recently decided to invest in startups that are developing decarbonization technologies in the energy sector. Now to our Word of the Day segment, where we introduce words, phrases, jargons, and terminologies that we often use in this industry so you can get familiar with them. We'll tell you what the FEU stands for. FEU stands for 40-foot equivalent unit. This is a container that is the same height and width as a TEU, but twice the length. As a result, it has twice the capacity. It's now time for the schedule of vessels that have berth in the ports of Tema and Takoradi and at the anchorages of both ports, as well as those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. All right, this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Iron Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, all Iron Port content can be found on our YouTube channel, Iron Port. Subscribe, like, and give us feedback. Thank you for watching.